Hello, this is Miss B. I'm so excited. This is Wednesday after the election. So this is a very painful time for most of the people, and I feel your pain. The what happened yesterday just kind of shook us and woke us up. We are still questioning what happened. My video is not to discuss politics. I'm not a politician by no means, but it's just to put into perspective, how do we heal from here? What should we be learning from this experience, and how do we move on? That's why I'm doing this video. Personally, for me, Paul, this politics taught me a bunch of stuff. I don't know about you, everybody's entitled. But to me, it taught me that this wasn't a vote for Donald Trump per se, but it was a vote against Hillary and what Hillary stand for. If you see, look at the statistics, this is statistic.com. 65% of people above 65, 52% of them voted for Donald Trump. College graduate, 52% voted for Donald Trump. Female, 42. Male, 53. People about age 45 to 64, 53% of them voted for Donald Trump. Hispanic only 9%, 29%, Asian 29%, and black only 8%. So this to me is showing me these votes so necessary are not for Donald Trump. They are against what Hillary stands for, which is for the black, the minority, and for our being. That is what they were voting for. I once asked a friend of mine who is white, and he told me, no, Betty, I'm not gonna vote. I will not vote for Hillary, and I don't like Donald Trump and what he stands for, but I don't like Hillary policy more, and that's why I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote against what she stands for. So this for me is just putting into perspective. It wasn't a vote for Donald, as you might think. Donald is just their little puppet on the top, but it was a vote against Hillary. But despite that, is what should we be learning? What can we do to heal this thing? It has happened. Like Obama said, it's a new day. It's a new day, and the sun still came out, and it's a beautiful day. That's the truth. The life still move on. We are still responsible for ourselves. My mentor always say, Jim Rohn always says, nothing change. Number one thing, we have to change. Nothing ever change unless you change you. So the number one thing we need to change. Change is not going to be an easy task, but we first have to understand what is going on, and then we can change. We need to stop being very passive dependence and be very proactive in issues that affect us. Be very proactive in our finances. Be very proactive with our trade markets, with immigration issue. We have to be very proactive. We need to not only, there's an African proverb that says, a lion that roars kills no game. Meaning, if you just yap, make noise, a lion that keep on, it will never have time to kill the animals. So if we keep on talking and not taking action about it, we are just that roaring lion that will never kill no game. So we need to stop talking about it and take action. What should we be doing? We should be learning from this. What should we be learning? We need to be active. We need to build wealth amongst our community. We need to buy those social life insurance that we keep on talking to pass the legacy to our kids. Accumulate the same wealth that this white have accumulated. That's what we need to be learning. We need to be learning, how do we grow from here? What should we be teaching our kids? We should be teaching them, look, these people think, because this election is election where people are trying to prove we are still white, we are still supreme, we are still better than you all. We need to teach our kids, when you go to work, this is what we need to do. You gotta be the best at what you do. When you go to school, you gotta be the best at what we do. That is how we beat these people. We don't beat them by yapping and making noise. We beat them by building mindset, by having the right intention, by going out there and showing up every day and doing our best. That is how we heal from this. We heal from this by not letting them feel our pity, by not fighting on the street, by not talking about rest. We heal from this by showing up and doing the best we can in the area we are. And that is how we heal from this. That is how we're going to move from this. This is how we're going to tell them, you know what? You might think You are the majority, but you can do without us. You can do without us. You still need us to run this. We are in this together, and you guys have to accept that. But in order for them to accept them, we need to show the better part of us, and I think that is how we start the healing process through this. We do right, do right where you are, do right, and learn through it. I know a lot of people wanted me to comment about the stocks going down, and a lot of you have questioned me this morning. When it comes to stock, let me tell you things. Just like weather, it changes up and down. Stock will always change up and down. And if you look at historically, every time there's an election, it always have a plunge. It always plunge down. In fact, in 2008 was a huge plunge. So this is always what it's gonna do. It's same thing with the weather. At least weather we can so what is gonna happen. It's the same thing with stock. My only advice is, you do not, another African proverb, you do not go to test the depth of a river with your 2 feet in. You always put 1 foot in, okay? Because if you go with the 2 feet in, you might just, crash in, you might just drown. So the same thing with your investment. You don't want to put your 2 feet deep in. You don't want to take all that risk. So you need to rebalance out your account. Talk to your 401k people, rebalance them out. FINRA is not going to allow me to talk too much details about that. But this is the truth. The truth is stocks will always rebalance. If you have time, if you are in your 20s, don't worry, it will rebalance. Now, if you are in your 60s and you're about to retire, now is the time for you to start thinking about much safer investment like annuity, the index funds, where we can roll over your 401k and keep them safe, and you don't have to lose money. That is what you and me need to do. We need to roll them, keep them safe, and you don't have to lose. But with money, if you are young, you still have time, it will rebound. Don't worry too much about it. Don't panic. Don't move it. In fact, it shows that emotional investors, the people who keep on moving, always just get about 0.7 average returns annually. But if you keep it there, you lock it, we say buy and hold, for 20 years, you always gain about 9% return on your money. So you want to buy and hold. Keep it right there. Don't stop moving it too much, okay? Don't be emotional investor. That's all I can tell you about stock. But personally, this election has affected all of us. We still feel pain. I feel pain. My advice is don't stop rowing. Stop rowing. If you continue to row, you won't kill. This is the time for you to build your mindset. It's the time for you to tell your kids, go to school. It's the time to tell your kids, you know what, despite pain, we still have to keep on moving. Despite how they think of us, we still have to show up and we still have to be the best. That is how we heal from this. We heal from this by being our better self. We heal from this by showing that when they go low, we go high. Just the way Michelle Obama said this. This is Miss B. Check me out on Facebook. I'm Betty Chapa. On YouTube, I'm Beatrice Otieno. And see you all next week. Thank you all. And let's move past this. We will move past this because we are stronger than this. Thank you.